Hey YouTube, I'm Mikey, and I have impaled my knee and built a one log fire. Well, that just goes to show that you got to watch where your saw is at all times. That thing come across your knee real quick. Oh, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And just covered my bandana in fresh blood. You know what? I think I'm a little tougher than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saw teeth. You know, accidents happen. Granted, thing's gonna be sore in the morning. Alright, I've got stuff to do. Alright guys, what I wanted to show you today is the one log fire. It's actually kind of crazy. I'm not going to use my hatchet on this. I'm only going to use my knife and a baton stick to drive my knife through and split this thing down and make a fire just out of this log. I know what you're thinking. Why would anybody need to build a fire out of just this log? But you know, for a number of reasons. It could be because, you know, you've got something to cook, or it could be because, you know, you recently hit yourself in the leg with a saw while you were cutting a baton stick, and now you need to cauterize a wound. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Hopefully you're not bleeding out. Looks like I did, but I didn't. So the first thing I'm going to do is start working around the edge of this log, just kind of split some pieces off. I'm going to do that by lining up on the edge. I want the tip of my knife to come off of the log a little bit and just cracking it down in there. I took some bark off, but it's firewood. On to the next side. Once again, bark. See if we can't get into the middle of it here a little bit. There it goes. That took a little bit of wood off of it. Now that I have just this little bit of wood here, and I've made a nice little opening, I can take and kind of shave this down just a little bit. Make a wedge. Yep. I can take this opening that I made. I'm going to start my knife in it here, just the end of it, just to open that up a little bit. I'll take that wedge and drive it in. Oh, broke it. That's okay. Even though I broke the wedge off of this one, it opened it up a little bit, allowed me to work it down a little bit more with my knife. It's a little bigger piece of wood. Have to work it down the old-fashioned way. That's a nice split right there. Take all that old punky bark off of it. Oh, that's good stuff. Nice red oak. Still got a little bit of moisture in the middle of it, but I think I can work with that. Now I have a chisel. That is so much better. Just drove that thing right on through. Maybe try to split a flat end off of this one, flatter. Okay, now I have something to kind of work off of too. This thing's coming together. Bust off some kindling. So this is the second time I've ever built a one log fire. It's the first time I've ever done it injured. Just trying to split down some smaller pieces here. Something to get the fire going with. Wood wedges are always great to have. Now I know where all the moisture was coming from. Nice little punky spot right here. Collected some rainwater over the past couple days. I think I can still get this thing going with it though. I've lit a fire with wetter wood than this. It's real tempting to twist your blade in this wood, but don't ever do that. Don't ever risk damaging your knife. Just rock it back and forth till you can get it out of there. See? And then take your wedge and drive your wedge back in. And look, pops right in two. Don't ruin your tools. Just working some down a little bit smaller to make my feather sticks with. And now I'll split down my chopping block. And there's two big pieces of wood. Get all that situated and organized. Okay, so I'm just basically separating out from the largest pieces of wood to the smallest pieces of wood. These are my wedge, it can burn. The reason behind me straightening all this stuff out and sorting it is so that I don't have to dig through real fast and find everything as soon as I get the fire going. Alright, so I'm going to do some feather sticks. You don't have to go all the way around the stick. It's actually easier if you don't. I like to have a pretty wide surface area there. Something for it to grab hold of. And once you get some built up, some bigger ones, you're going to do some real fine ones. Let me knock this little piece right here out of the way. It's just in my way. Really thin, really fine shavings down here at the end. Because those are going to catch your spark a lot easier. Yeah, you could just pile them up in there too. Give that spark something to grab a hold of. See that? So there's one. Let's do another one. Okay, so we have some feather sticks here. Just a couple of little quick ones. You can take this bark too and kind of rough it up a little bit. And it just makes even more tender. Just as long as it all comes from the same log, it's a one log fire. Just let you, I don't know if I told you, but this is a piece of red oak. Grows everywhere down here in Georgia. You know what? I might want to take that stuff and kind of tuck it into my feather stick there just to give it a little extra. Now I see people mess up all the time and, you know, try to throw that spark at this stuff. You can't do that. I like to take my ferro rod, hold it up against it, plant my hand, and pull. So you're not making a motion forward with your knife. You're actually pulling the tinder bundle and the ferro rod towards you. There you go. You start adding your smaller sticks to it. Anything thin to catch up real easy. Sometimes damp wood, it takes just a minute to get that flame going, but if you have patience, you'll get there. Okay, so I may have bloodied up my knee, but I was able to build a fire from one log. But you know, I don't know if that's really impressive. I wouldn't actually use this in a survival situation. There is so much other stuff that you could do that is so much easier than this. You know, just knowing that you can do it is pretty cool, I guess. Just another skill to have. Oh man, you had to find tinder and process it down, and you know, you had to go get this and go get that and this special thing and that special. Well, I had one log and a knife. Technically, I also had a baton stick. I don't want to forget that baton stick because it caused me damage. Laid my knee open trying to cut that thing loose. As soon as I went to, it just cut all the way through and skipped off and caught me right in the knee. that's okay. Now if I needed to, I could cauterize it. As you can see, you just keep adding bigger sticks. You can keep adding sticks and keep adding sticks. And that fire's just going to keep roaring. That red oak, once you get it going, it's going anyways. Want a trick to know how to tell if it's red oak or not? First of all, it's red. See the white line and then the red? Secondly, it stinks pretty bad. Always. Okay guys, so we built a fire with one log, a knife, ferro rod, and let's not forget the baton stick. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.